episode 7 of the Highly Critical Flick Fans. This is Mason speaking, and we're going to talk about Captain America. I'm here with my sister,
Geneva.
And my dad.
Okay, Geneva.
Dad. Or you can call me Kurt, if you're old enough.
If you're young, you could call him Kurt.
Young? No, if you're young, you can call me Mr. Reese. How's that?
No, I call you Dad-Adu.
Okay, that's cool too.
Or Dadu.
Because you're my baby girl.
Dad.
So, Mason, what are we going to talk about today?
Captain America.
And what else?
Muppets Most Wanted.
Muppets Most Wanted. You guys have differing opinions as to which one is better, but we'll get into that a little later.
Captain America is way better.
Muppets Most Wanted.
We will see.
Muppets.
Alright, so what's the... how's it going to go this week, Mason?
We are going to have our storyline, our acting, our special effects,
Yes.
rating, and then we're going to talk about Muppets
Muppets
Most Wanted.
Yes,
But,
do it all over again. But what's on
Don't
your mind,
whisper.
baby?
but I was the one that watched it, so I'm gonna review it by myself.
Yes, I think I'll help you a little bit.
Yeah, Eva, then if
But
you're
yes.
going to review it by yourself, then
So, ladies and
no
gentlemen,
talking to
this
her.
week is going to be done a little differently. Mason didn't want to see Muppets Most Wanted, so Dad took Mason to, well, he kind of wanted to see it, but he wanted to see Captain America more than Muppets Most Wanted.
True.
And Mom took Geneva to see Muppets Most Wanted. So, I think for Captain America, Mason will do most of the talking, and then when we switch over to Muppets Most Wanted,
Eva.
will give us her opinion of the movie. But let's start with Captain America. All right. So, in this episode of Captain America, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, he struggles to embrace his role in the modern world, and he battles a new threat from old history.
The
Soviet
Winter
agent known
Soldier.
as the Winter Soldier. This Winter Soldier is a bad dude, huh?
Yes.
The Winter Soldier, is he like an old agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
The Winter Soldier, they show you, they give
Who
you the
he
details
is.
in the movie, but the Winter Soldier is comparable to Captain America.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, they did some experiments on this guy, and they built another super soldier, just like they did an experiment on Captain America.
Yes.
But the bad guys did this experiment on the Winter Soldier. So the Winter Soldier is the evil equivalent
Yeah.
of Captain America. And when they fight, they get down. They get down. But yeah, so it was pretty interesting. There's some twists and turns that happen later in the movie that we're not going to get too detailed into because we don't want to give any spoilers if we can avoid it. Right? Right. So Mason, what did you think about this story?
I think it was probably the best Marvel story.
The best Marvel story?
Yeah.
So you think this is the best Marvel movie of all of them?
Not all of them. The best story.
Oh, the best story. You know, I agree with you. I agree with you because this didn't play like your standard superhero movie.
Yeah.
It was more like a thriller. It was an espionage spy thriller with superhero side note.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes.
All right. But tell me more. Why do you think it's better?
Because, one, there's new technology. Two, they put in more twists than most Marvel movies have. And
There were a
three,
few surprises.
there are a lot of people who are mentioned from the Captain America's time. Then
Right.
before.
Marvel has done a really good job. What's up, Eva?
Almost every superhero movie, like they have almost in the beginning they have the same story. Like at the beginning of Wolverine, they talk about how they almost all the movies, they talk about how he gets the knuckle thingy. movies.
Oh,
La
the,
la
the
la.
claws and all that stuff.
Yeah. And then
Blah.
Superman. They're like 4 movies.
Blah
Same thing.
blah
Well,
blah.
those are
There
called.
are actually 5 movies.
But those are called origin stories.
Yes.
And the origin stories that's where they tell you where the superheroes come from.
Mhm.
And that's the standard formula. It's more interesting if you know where these superheroes come from.
Yes.
But everyone that everyone that watches the movie, like, almost knows that, like, watches the movie before that. Like, they, like, only has to be on, like, the 2 movies, the same thing.
Right.
And then go on with the story.
I see what you're saying. They don't have to have an origin story every single time they make a movie, right?
No, I don't see what she's saying.
Well, Mason, what she's saying is that most superhero movies, they start off telling you where the superhero came from.
Yeah,
Talking
that's
about
a
his
good thing.
background and all. Yeah, right. But the good thing about Captain America is that they really don't do that. They covered that in the first one. So,
Yeah.
So in this one, that's the cool thing about this one. They didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about where Captain America came from because they covered that in the first one.
Yeah.
So that's that, and actually that's one of the reasons I like this one so much because I'm already familiar with this guy, so they can just get right to the story.
Mhm.
And the first movie was like, the whole thing was how he became, like,
Right, when he started off as this really skinny, sickly guy, and then
because he was stuck in an ice.
that happened at the end. But in the
Wait,
beginning,
he was stuck in ice, right?
At the end.
That happens at the end of Captain America.
Oh, I'm talking about the second movie. Sorry.
Well, he's already out. Well, he's already out of the ice. He came out of the ice in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think we've gone off on a really deep tangent. Let's get back to the story.
Sorry.
All right, I really like the story on this one. I thought it was well done. They brought in some new actors.
Yes.
Robert Redford. Had you ever seen Robert Redford before?
No.
Yeah. Well, he's a really famous and high quality actor.
What other movies?
What other movies? Oh, Robert Redford's been acting for ages.
Whatever.
So he's like 180? Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Well, maybe compared to you in your mind, he might be about 1,000 years old. But
How old is he?
how old is Robert Redford? I don't have to look that up, but Robert Redford has got to be 70, something like that.
Who did Robert Redford play?
Who did Robert Redford play? He was in Butch and the Sundance Kid.
No, in the Captain America.
Who did he play in this movie? Oh, he was the head guy.
Oh, that guy.
That
oh,
guy.
oh.
Robert Redford is 77 years old.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were talking you said earlier about, like, Robert Redford being Captain America, and I'm like, Captain America
No,
doesn't.
Robert Redford was in Captain America, and he's been acting for a long time. He's been in some really good movies.
Okay.
The Sting, The Natural. I don't think you've seen those movies.
No.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. He was in a lot of really good movies. But let's move on. I approve of the story. This story was well done. Mason, did you like the story?
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
This is special effects.
Oh boy, here we go.
I like the special effects because it made it look like people were jumping off buildings, like actually jumping off buildings
Right.
and getting caught in helicopters and stuff like that.
So the CGI was seamless, virtually. Yeah. What else did you like? Were there any special scenes or characters that you liked?
I liked Falcon because that suit he had, the jetpack, it actually looked really real.
Yeah, it wasn't cheesy at all.
At all.
Yeah, it looked real. I agree. Captain America. So the fights were really gritty when they were going at it. When people would get punched, it was like they were really getting punched. When, I mean, this one you saw bones breaking. I mean, this one was it was gritty and a little violent, but
Yep.
I think it was necessary to tell this story. That was the big complaint in Wolverine.
Mhm.
Wolverine was in berserker mode. He was stabbing people left and right. You didn't see an ounce of blood. So special effects were awesome. I mean, hands down. I don't think there's much more we can say about that.
Anymore.
No, it was CGI was top notch. It was what you expect from a Captain America from a Marvel movie.
Yes.
What's next?
Acting.
Acting. I think the acting in this one was a little better than the quality of acting you've seen in some of the other Captain America movies.
Yep.
The bad guy was really intense. The Winter Soldier. And this guy, when he looked at Captain America, he looked like he really wanted to rip him apart.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy, but he was really cool. The Falcon. What did you think about his acting?
It's funny. Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool the way they meet.
Yes.
And they're both running, and Captain America just keeps running past him like he's standing still. The cool thing about it is that the Falcon and Captain America found a connection. They both were going through the same thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, so they brought a little bit of the more recent stories of soldiers coming home,
Mhm.
and they suffer from this thing called PTSD. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. So they're still stressed out from their experiences in the war.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But acting, and Robert Redford, he brought it. He Robert Redford, he was a high-powered executive in Shield, and he played a really interesting role that was very nuanced. he did some cool things as an actor.
Yes.
Later on, near the end of the movie, there were a couple of twists and turns that I didn't see coming.
At all.
I kind of saw them coming, but not nearly as clearly as I think I would have. I can't tell you that. You have to see the movie.
No, I did not see the movie, and I'm not going to.
Okay, when it comes on DVD.
No,
Then we
I'm
can
not
talk
going
about it
to
then.
watch it because I know it's going to be scary.
It's not scary at all.
Well, I'll tell you.
Mason thinks it's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll tell you offline. How's that? After we're done with this, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what happened. All right, so after we've gone through all of that, we talked about the story, we talked about the special effects, and we talked about the acting. So, Mason, tell me your rating for this movie.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, hands down. I have to agree with you. Pancakes.
Short
I
stack.
love this movie. I think I'd like to see it again.
Yes. I want to see it over and over again.
Yes. All right, so moving on to the next movie.
Muppet.
Muppets.
So Geneva is the one who saw that movie. Mason and I walked in to Muppets
At the end.
with about 5 minutes left on it, and from what I know, the story is it talks about how when the Muppets are on a grand world tour, they find themselves wrapped up in a European jewel heist caper, and is headed by a Kermit the Frog lookalike
Wait.
and his bad guy
What's his-
sidekick
Constantine.
Constantine and what's his name?
Um,
What's the
Kermit.
actor's name?
bad
Dominic Bad Guy,
Dominic bad guy,
aka the Lemur.
the lemur. Yeah, and only the Muppets can get away with a silly name like that.
I mean, like, who would think of that?
Right. So in this story, Constantine is in the Gulag in Russia, right?
Yes.
Well, he wasn't in that jail right now, but he got out of this not so nice, not so good jail. But like, he escaped from like 5 jails, and he snuck up on the Muppets, and then he went to Kermit and glued this fake mole on him.
Oh. And then that mole is the only thing that distinguishes the two from each other, right?
Yes, and then Constantine still had the mole that he had, so he got green paint.
Okay.
Covered it.
Covered his.
So Kermit went to jail in Constantine's place.
Yes.
He went to the Gulag in Russia.
The Gulag in Russia. And Kermit So Kermit goes to jail, but Constantine, he joins the Muppets
Yes.
and pretends to be Kermit.
Yes. But it was hard. It was hard for the Muppets. Only the Muppets would know, like everyone else would. By the way he talks.
Mm-hmm.
He talks in like this Russian accent. Who would think a Russian guy is Kermit? Kermit speaks without an accent. Russian accent.
Mm-hmm.
Kermit. They're like, bam! They're like 15 miles away. I'm like, that's so weird.
So it made no sense that they couldn't tell them apart from each other?
Yeah, only the Muppets would do that.
But it's a Muppets movie, so that kind of stuff is okay, right?
No.
Let's leave it at that. If they want to hear how the story ends, then they have to go see the movie. But tell me, what did you think of the story?
I thought it was pretty. I think it was the best story of all of them.
All the Muppets
They talk a lot about the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, it's really funny because they're like, end of the show. Wait, no! It's a sequel. That was really funny. And it's like a Broadway thing at the beginning of the show.
Ah.
And they're saying, what should the movie be about? And then that's where Dominic comes in.
Okay.
And then he says, Kermit, maybe it should be about what you did after how the Muppets are back together. So they go on a world tour. And then that's when they get, like, this whole story is in that part, like, how they
That's
met.
when the story starts?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like this story?
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to special effects.
Okay, special effects is like the acting and the puppetry. Like, the puppetry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And how they put the people in.
Uh-huh.
Like,
How they mix the people with the
Muppets.
Muppets? Mm-hmm.
well, there was like people and the puppets.
Right.
And in the special effects, I like how whenever Kermit, like, the Muppets talk to him and he has to make a decision and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
he always, like, puts, like, the top part of his mouth, but not, like, over, like, on the sides of his top lip,
Yeah.
in and out, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
I like how
There's a
this.
song where the singer comes in,
Uh-huh.
and it's weird because Miss Piggy's singing a song, and you know how Miss Piggy is.
Yeah,
she's
I know how
horrible
Miss
at
Piggy
singing.
is. Yeah.
And it's a really good singer compared to Miss Piggy. So she's like moving Miss Piggy aside. Yeah, I got this song. Yeah, you're not.
So it's a stage fight. Stage fight.
Who's the singer?
And then there's Dominic and Constantine calls Dominic, I'm number 1. You're number 2. I'm number 1. So my name, spacebar, 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 spacebar.
Right. So that refers to their name on the marquee.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So you like the special effects. You like the way the puppeteers move the Muppets. It makes them look like they have real emotions, right?
That song, like, I'm number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like that's a funny song because that's a stage fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like number 1 and number 2. So he's like, I'm number 1. No, I'm number 1. And then he's like, meanwhile, he has to dance the monkey dance. And then he starts tap dancing.
So I think we can lump special effects and acting into one.
Waka waka.
Because the special effects in the Muppet movie is the way they
Act.
Yeah. So you like the acting and the special effects. That's okay. Very good. So Eva, since you were the only one who saw enough of this movie to give it a solid rating, what do you rate? How do you rate the Muppets?
If I have to go up to that crazy amount, then I have to go up to that crazy amount.
No, don't go up to that crazy amount.
I'm gonna go with M&M's, popcorns, and pancakes.
So you really liked it.
But if I have to stay down low, like Jason just said, then I'll go with the short stack of pancakes.
Short stack of pancakes, but it's
Short
still
stack.
Stack of
it's still up in the pancake range. It's not down in cornflakes.
Who would go in cornflakes?
I
Me.
don't know.
Except in one movie that Mason watched. I forgot which movie it was. I rated it. Cornflakes makes them so meal. Yeah, it's that bad.
Yeah, we've seen some bad movies.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Like Ivan the Incredible.
I'm gonna do
Kiara the Brave.
which movie?
Kiara the Brave.
Oh, Kiara the Brave.
And
We should probably rate that movie because that was horrible.
Ivan the Incredible and Freddy Frogface.
Yeah, those are horrible, horrible movies. But hang on. Let's go to our special correspondent who never speaks on the mic, Mrs. Reese. So babe, you saw the Muppets. What did you think of the Muppets? She thinks it's a very good movie. Oh, they kept a lot of the original Muppets in it. And her favorite is Miss Piggy. So what do you rate it on a scale of cornflakes to pancakes? Cornflakes being horrible, pancakes being fantastic.
Then my mommy comes out and says,
Pancakes? Mommy rates it pancakes.
special.
Mommy rates it pancakes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm special.
So while I was talking to Mommy, apparently Geneva was talking too. I might have to edit that out.
No, you have to edit you out.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that brings us to the end. We
Yes.
rated Captain America, and what did you rate Captain America, Mason?
Well, Ava would put it M&M's with popcorn.
M&M's with popcorn.
Yeah. I'd say pancakes, though, with my rating.
Fantastic. And Geneva, Muppets.
M&M's, popcorn, and pancakes.
So that's it, ladies and
Sweater
gentlemen.
frog face.
They like both of those movies. All right. So I think that brings us to the end of this episode.
Yes.
Rating.
Pardon me?
Can we just rate Freddy Frog Face and stuff?
Okay, really quick.
We're just gonna rate these horrible movies that we've watched.
Okay, Freddy Frogface. What do you give that?
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes. Yeah, definite cornflakes. Cornflakes with mud. Kiara the Brave.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes. Cornflakes with caca.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the worst part is they made you think that it was going to be like
Brave.
Brave, and it was nothing like Brave.
Brave was actually a pretty good movie.
Brave was a fantastic movie, but
Kiara the Brave. Kiara isn't even the main character.
that's right. Now, what's the other one? Ivan the Terrible?
Ivan the Incredible.
Oh, Ivan the Incredible?
The muscles, they go like up, like a stick on your arm.
That was a horrible movie.
That was horrible.
The animation was bad.
It was
The
horrible.
acting was bad.
Horrible.
The story,
Horrible.
The animation was okay. It was like play.
yeah, it wasn't. I didn't think it was that good.
It's not like good.
Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We just rated 5 movies today. Normally we rate 1 every now and then. We do 2, but today we did
5.
5, and I think that's enough for everyone. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again. With that,
I have to dance.
Thank you.
thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.